Hello.
Hello. We're Wages of Sin.
I'm Dan Beck.
Stephen Gillum.
Eric Miller.
And Jeremy Garcia.
Hi, Jeremy.
What are we doing today?
We're talking about Batman v Superman.
Dawn of Justice.
What do you think?
I think it's freaking epic. That's what I think. Dan feels the same way.
I do not.
Should we preface
See,
it with
the opposite of epic.
Dan?
Okay.
Dan is not a superhero movie person.
Is that true?
He's
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
He has not seen, I don't believe, any of the Marvel movies.
I haven't.
So he is our voice of, he's our baseline.
Have you seen like the original Superman, like Christopher Reeve Superman?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like those?
Yeah, of course.
You see the old
Keaton?
Batman?
I've seen those, yeah.
Oh, the original Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton Superman?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, Michael Keaton Batman.
Still, in my opinion, one of the best Batmans, Michael Keaton.
Yes.
But on to the trailer,
Back
Onto
to
the trailer,
with has now Ben Affleck.
which
as
now we've seen our first good looks of Ben Affleck as Batman.
Batfleck.
And
suited up.
I could not
In
be
both
more
suits.
ecstatic.
Not the regular suit.
We see him as in Bruce Wayne, and we see him as Batman.
But
and the Superman armored suit.
Yeah, the armor, yeah, all three.
The rumored, is like, what is that suit about?
Oh, that suit is just taken straight out of Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, and where Superman gets beat down by Batman.
I own that, by the way. The
I do
original.
as well. As well as the animated movie.
I did too.
Yeah.
I
Dan,
do
you got
not.
it?
I do not.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
Dan does not own it.
But I think that's what excites me the most is how much Snyder's pulling from Frank Miller and from Dark Knight Returns, because that's like one of the greatest, if not the greatest, graphic novel of all time.
I will say a lot of people didn't like Watchmen. I'm one of the few that did.
I really
Never
enjoyed
saw
Watchmen.
it. Never saw it.
But
Dan
there,
Beck.
he
I
took
haven't seen it.
images from that comic and made it beautifully on screen.
Yes.
And I think that he's learned from his mistakes with Watchmen, so things that people didn't like. He's gonna, I think, make a good, translation for the screen based off The Dark Knight Returns.
I concur. And for those people who, and I don't know, it still could go wrong, but Ben Affleck as Batman, people were jumping all over it, saying he was garbage and everything. We've come a long way since Geely,
I'm warming up to Ben Affleck.
and he's a great director.
You know what?
I'm not.
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
He's a great director. He was fantastic in Argo as an acting and directing.
Daredevil.
Gone Girl, as an actor.
Gone Girl, all that stuff. Yeah, all that stuff's been great. So I have the utmost confidence. Now I'm not saying he's going to be amazing. It could still be not great, but I think
he will
he's going to
bring-
be great.
I think it's a neat place to be for it, because I mean, if you get an actor that people are like, oh, because people were just talking about it and all nonstop, it's like, yeah, Ben Affleck,
Yeah,
and it can only go up,
yeah.
And so when he does an amazing job,
I have three things that I have to say.
What are those three things?
First thing, number one, will he try and do the Christian Bale, gravel voice to do his Batman, or will he keep it more of a?
I think,
You get my point. You see my?
yeah.
in the trailer you hear,
Well, that's my second point.
Go ahead.
Is I think that the voice when he says, "Do you bleed?
Do you bleed?"
will."
Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
You will.
I don't think that's going to be Batman's thing. I think that is they are taking that from someone else,
You think that's the maybe second villain that we haven't
which
seen
is my
yet.
third point. Is
Yes.
I think there has to be somebody. Dan agrees
Yeah.
that Superman can go toe to toe with, not pull his punches,
Yeah, because
not Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor's never been able to. He's the political enemy.
So I think there's a dragon maybe to Luthor or some villain that is going to be fighting Superman, and that person will say those lines about bleeding to Superman.
there's some rumors going about that General Zod's body is being kept by Luthor Corps and like being studied, and maybe he is brought back in some capacity.
I would
maybe
hate
like
that.
like a Bizarro Superman or something.
Well,
Zod
Bizarro
had his
Superman
time.
is a very different thing.
Oh yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Yes, I mean that's a very real villain who I would love to see on screen. But yeah, if they brung back, I mean, I'm sure I think we're gonna deal heavily with the destruction of Metropolis since Superman and Zod basically leveled it.
And Man
And
of
so,
Steel.
and I think I would not be surprised at all to see Luthor trying to capitalize on that, both the destruction and the body of Zod, in furthering technology or something.
Dan?
So.
Ah,
I was making sure you're still awake.
So, yeah, I think we agreed that in the next trailer, they're probably going to show hints of whoever this.
Show the physical side of what's going to face, or what's to face the
Yes.
physics.
The one hint, I'm pretty sure it's his voice. Jesse Eisenberg's voice is in the trailer.
It is.
You hear it at the beginning.
Heroes don't come from. or
The devils
demons
don't come from down below,
They
but
come
from
from-
the sky.
They come from the
Yeah.
sky.
Which is that's pretty. I'm excited to see what he does with Lex.
I am as well. I think he's a good choice for Lex Luthor.
Dan?
yeah, I guess so.
I liked him in the Social Network,
Yeah.
and I liked him in Zombieland. But Social Network, I mean, he had a good kind of where he just like was really intense about what he'd create. I think he'd be a good Lex.
Yeah.
And there again, not one of the first, not the people's choice. People were, wanting the Breaking Bad guy or
Yeah. And
someone like that.
and we've heard rumors that Superman is the one that initiates that fight with Batman. And so what drives Superman to do that?
Could be some red
Is it-
kryptonite in there, maybe.
I don't know. I've always, and I think it could be very interesting if Batman is the one who introduces kryptonite into this world. If it's not Lex, I don't want it to be Lex. I don't want Superman to even really know that he has this weakness.
Yeah, they've had.
I want him to show up to that fight and Batman's like,
Bring it.
"You are not immortal," and starts beating his face in with his kryptonite-infused gauntlets, as in The Dark Knight Returns. Which
I
you
could
should go read.
see, like in The Dark Knight Returns, Superman kind of being manipulated.
Yeah,
he's
by the
trying to do
government.
right. He's like trying to be like a good, playing by the government's rules and all that.
Yeah,
Like, go take out this vigilante in Gotham. He's causing all those problems. Like, I got it.
yeah.
Shows up in Gotham, destroys the Batmobile. Batman's like, dude,
That was my Batmobile.
I wouldn't even be surprised if
dude.
Dude.
Amanda Waller from the Suicide Squad, who is the leader of the Suicide Squad, if she has some, because we know from the Suicide Squad, or it's rumored that her first interaction with the Joker is she's trying to find out more about Batman, because she doesn't, in that world, Batman's a myth. He's not many people have had interactions with him, and so she's trying to figure out who he is and what he is.
Let's pop up the Joker picture on the screen up here.
Joker pictures
Yeah,
right
recently released on Twitter.
there. Yes, is Jared Leto's Joker
Beautiful disaster is what he
a beautiful disaster?
referred to it as. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I guess it's a disaster.
Well said.
I'm interested. I'm a huge fan of David Ayer, who's directed Fury, which I thought was fantastic. He's taking the reins over Suicide Squad. I think that could be DC's Guardians, and
Yeah.
it could be their kind of breakout hit. And
It does not need to be, as it is Dawn of Justice. Hopefully there's not too much Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg.
exactly,
Maybe hints of
I think
them.
we'll just see just glimpses.
yeah. And we see more evidence from the trailer that we see Batman with the rifle on the building.
That's right.
Which you showed me, which I did not see the first
If you
time.
watch the trailer, it's like you think he's just on top of the building,
It looks like an antenna of a building, but it's actually a rifle that he's holding,
which is a Dark Knight Returns.
which is another
reference.
Dark Knight Returns reference. He's got a grappling
Like,
hook.
oh man, Batman's got a rifle. You think maybe he's gonna be sniping somebody? And he shoots at a helicopter and it's like,
Yeah.
flies out.
Dan?
So I'm super excited. I think it's
Favorite moment.
favorite moment from the trailer. Oh, it's Batman's lines. It's do you bleed? You will.
Do you bleed?
He's got the suit.
Yeah, I think it gives us a strong indication that not only is Snyder going with the aesthetic look of Frank Miller's Batman, but we're getting a Batman he's weathered. He's been doing this for 10, 15 years. He's like,
He married Jennifer Lopez.
he's like, who is this? He's like, he's not taking any crap. This Batman is somebody that when he needs information from a criminal, he will split their arm in half and break things to get what he needs. And so I think we're gonna get that same outlook with Superman. He is going to pulverize Superman.
What's your favorite?
Mine is the first time we see Batman in the suit, his normal
That
suit.
was, yes, thank you.
He comes out of like some rubble and just like, looking tough, and there's some smoke. And
When he's kind of peeking around the building.
Yeah,
coming
you
out,
actually see
yeah.
him moving in the bat suit.
I've
You
not
saw the
seen-
picture, you saw the still frame, you're like, well, is that real? What's up? And then you see him walking, I was like, man, that looked good.
Yeah, it does.
Dan, what's your favorite scene in the trailer?
The part that didn't have CGI. Oh wait, there was no favorite part.
Dan back home.
Well,
I'm excited.
I think we're all three excited, exclusive to Dan Beck over here.
I don't want to have to wait a year to see this.
I do not want to have to wait a year to see it either.
Did you say what was your favorite movie?
Same, just seeing
Well,
Batman in the
okay.
bat suit.
Seeing him in the bat suit was awesome.
Bat fleck. No, that's it.
And so yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Super excited! I can't wait for the full trailer where we maybe get to see some Lex on screen and.
We'll shave our heads for that review.
I think there's probably gonna be 2 more trailers, right?
Oh, probably. God, hopefully they don't go the Avengers route and show you every single clip from the
The
film.
entire movie out of
That's
sequence.
what's gonna happen. Every single.
All right,
Thank you.
that does.
We'll
it
put
for
some
this.
links up.
Subscribe.
Links
Check 'em out.
everywhere.